USS Ronald Reagan supercarrier has arrived at the central Vietnamese city of Da Nang. It is the third aircraft carrier of the U.S. Navy to visit Vietnam, once a wartime enemy, since the Vietnam War ended in 1975. The carrier will stay there until the 30th of June. USS Ronald Reagan's port call in Da Nang comes as the U.S. and Vietnam celebrate the 10th anniversary of their comprehensive partnership, with the two countries sharing increasingly close trade links as well as concerns over China's growing influence in the region. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why the port call of USS Ronald Reagan in Vietnam is a strong message for China. Let's get into the details. China's sweeping claims of sovereignty over the South China Sea have annoyed competing claimants: Malaysia, Brunei, Taiwan, Indonesia, the Philippines, as well as Vietnam. United States, Japan, Australia, and India favor freedom of navigation as it's a very important sea route with $5 trillion in trade, half the global merchant shipping, and half the world's oil shipment pass through it. The sea also has an alleged 11 billion barrels of untapped oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. The U.S. has been doing many freedom of navigation exercises to counter what Washington sees as Beijing's efforts to limit freedom of navigation in the strategic waters. The U.S. military is periodically sending warships and Air Force jets to assert freedom of flight and navigation over the South China Sea. For centuries, Vietnam has been engaged in hostile entanglements with China, including a significant border conflict when China attempted to impose its influence over Cambodia. Furthermore, when Saigon fell to the north, China took control of South Vietnamese islands and persistently occupied the Paracels despite Vietnam's territorial claims. USS Ronald Reagan is a Nimitz-class supercarrier and one of the symbols of American might. It is the 9th ship of her class and was commissioned on the 12th of July, 2003. She's named in honor of Ronald W. Reagan, President of the United States from 1981 to 1989. Yokosuka, Japan is the home port of the supercarrier. USS Ronald Reagan is one of the largest vessels constructed. It has a displacement of 100,000 tons and an overall length of 332.8 meters, or 1,092 feet. To give viewers a perspective, it's about 3 football fields long. Ronald Reagan is powered by 2 A4W nuclear reactors kept in separate compartments. As a result of the use of nuclear power, the ship is capable of operating continuously for over 20 years without refueling, and capable of maximum speed of over 30 knots, or 56 kilometers per hour. USS Ronald Reagan can carry a flight group of more than 60 aircraft, including F-18 strike jets, and is protected by an array of air defense weapons that include Phalanx CIWS, RIM-7 Sea Sparrow, and RIM-116 rolling airframe missiles. It's been difficult for Vietnam to remain open to cooperation with Washington without upsetting Beijing. USS Ronald Reagan is one of the most potent American military assets. Vietnam knew that the diplomatic equation would be further complicated by the visit of USS Ronald Reagan, but still went ahead with this. In this context, it's to be noted that in mid-April, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken made a 3-day visit to Vietnam. That visit was considered vital by strategic experts to upgrading the U.S.-Vietnam relationship to the level of a strategic partnership. In a press statement, Blinken affirmed the U.S. respect for Vietnam's political system and its multi-directional foreign policy. In Blinken's words, a free and open Indo-Pacific meant countries being free to choose their own path and their own partners. It is evident that Washington is working towards elevating relations with Vietnam to a strategic partnership from one that for the past decade has been called comprehensive. Through this strategic visit, the U.S. aims to better its relations with Vietnam as the country becomes increasingly wary of Chinese intentions. The USS Ronald Reagan's visit symbolized solidarity with Vietnam and is meant to deter China.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.